Hi, my name is Dee. My pronouns are they, he, but how do you use multiple pronouns when talking to somebody? Here's my first tip. When you meet somebody like myself who uses multiple pronouns, it can feel a little bit overwhelming and you might not be sure how to use them. My first tip is, for the love of God, do not use the multiple pronouns at the same time. I.e., do not say, oh, they here coming over tonight. Don't do that. That's not correct. Think about it as if somebody was using she, her pronouns. You wouldn't say, oh yeah, she, her is coming over tonight. You would say, she's coming over tonight. You would only use one of those pronouns in that pronoun set. So do the same if somebody uses multiple pronouns. But then you might be asking, but what pronoun do I use then? Do I just use the first one? Do I kind of pick and choose? Well, yes, to both of them. A lot of the time people will put their most preferred pronoun or their favourite pronoun at the start of the pronoun set, and typically you should use that one most. However, that's not the same for everybody. So, to make sure that you affirm everybody, it's best to use the pronouns interchangeably. So in one sentence, use the first pronoun, and in another sentence, use the second pronoun. Or another option is that you use the different pronouns in the same sentence.
Yeah, I think the pronouns are really confusing.
Yes, I don't even know what a pronoun is.
Or, here's another option. Instead of being scolded like a little child or a puppy that just went to the bathroom on the carpet, I can tell people like that young lady we just heard from in the first clip that they can take their pronouns and... I hope I don't get canceled for saying that. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have very little time to waste. So, let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this fellow with the green lipstick on is Lily. Now, Lily is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, when I first saw this picture, I thought to myself, Lily looks very familiar, and you know what? I was right. We've actually featured Lily here on the channel before, and for those of you that haven't seen it yet, check this out.
I'm a little trans girl, small and cute. These are my pigtails, yes, they're real. And I get all steamed up, I can pout. That tip me over part sounds kind of inappropriate though. So I'm going to stop the song there and keep it kid-friendly for all my young followers out there. Stay proud, stay beautiful, and stay kind. Bye.
Okay, that's not creepy.
All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. Now, the Democrats recently held a forum where they voted on the chair and the vice chair of the DNC, or Democratic National Committee. And I actually showed a couple of clips from this in the last video, but it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. Now, the Democrat Party is an absolute circus, and I think it's glorious because they will continue to lose elections if they keep talking like this, and they won't be able to push their ridiculous and destructive policies on the American people. So we're going to keep it moving with this 2-minute clip of the candidates running for DNC vice chair asking the people in attendance for their vote. Roll it.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing before you. 3 black women who, rather than just grabbing a chair, ran for chair.
Te quiero mucho, Papa. Gracias por todo. My name is Artie Blanco, Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this room, y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party. We are our strongest when we stand together.
We are in a time in this country when our democracy and our rights are under attack. We're at a time where black and brown people, women, and other minorities are being blamed for everything that's wrong with this country.
So let's fight together for a stronger and more inclusive Democratic Party. Good afternoon, DNC! Let me say something. Over the last several days, we've seen what happens when we have the wrong people in powerful places. And so today, I ask for your support in electing me as your DNC vice chair because in a time of crisis, leadership matters.
My people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We are sick and tired of the...
And I've spent the last 15 years fighting for the American people, all 340 million of them.
Work to do to organize, show up, and win.
Where do you get these fucking idiots, huh? Where do you get them?
Now, we saw this little fella for a quick second in that clip we just watched, so let's hear his speech and see how many votes he got for the DNC vice chair position. Roll it.
My name is Troy Blackwell. I know that I'm a new face to many of you, but I'm a proud Afro-Latino from the South Bronx, New York. I got into this work because at the age of 18, unfortunately, I was the victim of a hate crime. Today, I stand before you as one of the first non-binary candidates to run in the DNC's 177-year history. I'm proud to be the only Afro-Latino in this race. I'm asking you to take a chance on someone like me, a proud non-binary Afro-Latino from the South Bronx.
A few moments later.
The final tally of votes, Troy Blackwell, 0.
All right, last clip here from the DNC forum, I promise. It is just such a clown show, but it's so entertaining. I literally thought this was parody the first time I saw it. So in this clip, this fella will be explaining the new rules because of that non-binary fella to make sure they are inclusive enough when electing a chair and vice chair to the DNC. Roll it.
The rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. So again, this is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. To ensure our process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates, we conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and meets the gender balance requirements in our rules. To do this, our process will be slightly different than the one outlined to you earlier this week, but I hope you will see that in practice it is simple and transparent. The order of balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity. As we must elect a candidate of any gender as well as 1 male and 1 female vice chair, we will first ask members to elect a candidate of any gender on the first ballot. Any candidate, male, female, and non-binary, can be elected on that ballot. After a candidate is elected on the first ballot, we'll have 1 officer of the 3, so then we will know which position is filled of the 1 male, 1 female, and 1 vice chair of any gender. Our second ballot would also be for a candidate of any gender. Then our third ballot will be the 3rd position that is remaining based on the 2 results. Either a male candidate if a candidate that is not male has not been elected, or a female candidate if a female has not been elected.
What does any of that mean? Honestly, we don't know.
Now, it is not just the Democrat Party who cannot seem to learn from their past mistakes and will not, for whatever reason, let go of this woke nonsense. Disney and Marvel Comics, who have put out a bunch of woke flops lately, just released this DEI version of Captain America, played by actor Anthony Mackie, who says that Captain America shouldn't represent, well, America.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's kind of, this is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true. When I was a kid, all of us as actors, I believe, want to get back to that day before someone told you no. When you look out your door and you see a 5-year-old kid with a stick and he's slaying dragons to save the princess in the tower, that kid really believes there are dragons out there. That stick is really a sword and he's really trying to save that princess. And then one day somebody told him, no, there are no dragons, that's not a sword, and that princess is not there. And all of his little dreams were dashed. So, as an actor, I feel like our job is to get back to the day where we see that dragon and we slay that dragon to save that princess. And that's kind of what this movie was for me.
What the hell did you just say?
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations.
I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
Hey guys, real quick, we don't have any sponsors for today's video, but I have to correct a mistake I made a few videos back, where I said the sponsor of that video was the YouTube channel True Crime Stories. It's actually the YouTube channel Patriots Live Here, but he switched from covering politics to True Crime Stories, so my bad. Patriots Live Here, thank you so much for sponsoring that video. And I want to give a big shout out to today's honorable mention, John Beck, for leaving a super thanks on the last video. So, John, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, sir. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you.
You guys look like... What do they look like, Jimmy?
Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
Now, in case some of you aren't quite for sure exactly what we just saw, that was two dudes. Anyway, next up we have a real teacher in a real classroom teaching real students. Roll it.
So, my name is Mix Crystal, like Chex Mix. Can you guys say hi, Mix Crystal? Hi, Mix Crystal. Does anybody know what mix means? There's Mr. and there's Miss. Anybody seen mix before? No. So, mix basically means I'm non-binary. That means I don't identify as a boy or a girl, which means when you talk about me, which you better not be smack, you're gonna say they. Exactly.
My mom told me that if you don't want to be called Mr. or Mrs., you are called a they.
A they. A they, them. So, and I'm going to ask you guys for example. So, I'm going to tell you one. So, if you're going to talk about, like, how like, cool I am, you can be like, oh, Crystal is so cool. They have cool glasses, and they have black hair, and they have a cool little shirt and thrifted jeans. Who can give me an example? Yes. That's so sweet. Not they, Crystal. Mix Crystal. But I love that. I love that you said they, Crystal. I'll take it, honestly. And that's all. I just want to share with you. So when we are teaching and stuff like that, just call me Mix Crystal, or you can call me Crystal, or you can call me they, Crystal, if you want. I think that's pretty funny.
What did you say?
Mix basically means I'm non-binary. That means I don't identify as a boy or a girl.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
And next up, we have this young lady who is heading to the pharmacy to get all up to date on the Fauci sauce. I have a couple of questions. First of all, what's with the face paint? Second of all, why are you still taking the Fauci sauce? Roll it.
I have an appointment for my COVID vaccine.
And next up, we are going to see this young lady pull the biggest victim card we've ever seen here on the channel. And we've seen a lot of victim cards over the years. Roll it.
You know what's really fucking annoying and exhausting? Me just existing as I am is political. I'm a Jew. I'm neurodivergent. I'm disabled. I have DID. I'm trans. I'm officially a Satanist. I'm AFAB. I'm non-binary. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I'm kinky. I'm on the asexual aromantic spectrum. I'm polyamorous. I can't just exist without the entire world hating on me, telling me I shouldn't exist, having opinions on my life, telling me to change, telling me to be something that I'm not, and not accepting me for who I am.
You know, a long time ago, being crazy meant something. Nowadays, everybody's crazy.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who is a blatant racist, by the way, putting his Trump derangement syndrome on full display at this press conference. Now, I personally think Brandon Johnson is the worst mayor in the entire country, and the people of Chicago are paying for it right now. I would say to them, stop voting for Democrats. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
But here's what I'm getting at. This oversight committee, of all the things that they want to have sight over, they should look at the White House right now. That White House is being ran in one of the most raggedy forms of government that I've ever seen. If anybody is questioning whether or not what our country would look like had the Confederacy won, there should be no question now. They want us to be afraid. Do not be afraid, Chicago. Whether it's an invitation or a subpoena, I'm always going to stand up for the interests of working people. And I will not be intimidated by some weak individual who won't stand up to an individual who believes he's a supreme being right now. You're worried about Chicago? Look in your front yard. We have a president right now who is obfuscating his responsibilities that should be very clear based upon the Constitution. He is rejecting the Constitution of the United States of America. And if they want to have a real discussion about undocumented individuals who are criminals, they should look at the very individuals who enslaved my people and colonized this land. So whether it's an invitation or a subpoena, the people of Chicago would not be intimidated or threatened by any individual who is unwilling to look in their own front yard of where the real threat to our democracy lies. Thank you all very much.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
And if they want to have a real discussion about undocumented individuals who are criminals, they should look at the very individuals who enslaved my people and colonized this land.
That's when I realized he was a fucking idiot.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on a. It's black. Anyway.